Hi, my name is Haley Boswell, and I'm going to tell you about my unbelievable trip to Poland, including Wrocław, Krakow, and Auschwitz, which took a look at those with disabilities and the healthcare system of Poland. From birth, I believe that all humans have the inclination to interact with and form bonds with those who are like us, those that we can relate to. We tend to lean towards things that are familiar and comfortable, things that we understand. Although this is our natural tendency, it is not necessarily what is best or right. As we mature, we are introduced to people who are different than us, those who come from different backgrounds and abilities. Those with disabilities are often written off by others or given a certain stigma simply because they have not had interactions with those with disabilities before. Society may not understand how to interact with those with disabilities because they do not understand. In turn, this harms the person who's being isolated for something they do not have any control over. As we break out of our comfort zone and accept those who are different than us, we become more understanding, charismatic, and humble people with the drive to want to learn more. Prior to taking the class, Please Accept Me for Who I Am, my freshman year, I had not had many interactions with those who have disabilities. That class opened me up to a range of knowledge and experiences I may not have had otherwise. Following the completion of that class, I learned a lot about myself as well as the way that those with disabilities are treated. This left me with wanting to learn more. This want was fulfilled in my trip to Poland. This knowledge is something that I wish everyone to experience so that inclusion and understanding may be promoted for the more humane treatment of those with disabilities around the world. Healthcare does not always mean just physical health. At the first school we visited, they improved the mental health of students by building confidence through music and focusing on classes and subjects that the students thrived in rather than focusing on the ones that they struggled with. Some of the students at the school had disabilities while others did not. This is called inclusion. However, all students blossomed as they performed in front of us, and although some of them were nervous, we would have never known it if they hadn't told us. And a friend I am. I'm not perfect, but someone told me that that's... During our second school visit, we were able to see another perspective of health. Not just having a nurse's office and caring for those who are sick, which they did have, but giving the students a clean and comfortable place to live Monday through Friday, especially because some students did not have the best living conditions at home. Now you are seeing a sensory room. In addition to physical therapy, this school offers a sensory room that is used to work with students who have sensory overload in certain situations and familiarize them with certain sensations that they might feel day to day. There's a whole lot left to learn. I am patient. The third and final school we visited did not have anywhere for the students to live, but did offer doctor's visits as well as physical therapy. These students' future and health is impacted not only through learning school subjects, but by giving them a job of creating pottery, which will help them earn money to support themselves and the basic necessities to live if they are able to live on their own. This also gives them a sense of independence and purpose in life. Here you see Debbie Schwind, presenting some of the workers at the school with modified art kits for students with cerebral palsy so that they may participate in art class with the other students at the school. Including students with disabilities into classrooms with students without disabilities will cause a societal change and have those that are not disabled to be more open to those who do have disabilities. This will cause a sense of acceptance throughout schools, societies, and workplaces. By implementing what I have talked about that I learned at the different schools we visited into our own schools, we would be able to better give an inclusive environment to those with disabilities. I am young. Being a nursing student, one way that I can begin to promote inclusion of those with disabilities is speaking to the patient and not speaking about them to others. Also, saying the person with a disability instead of the disabled person will give the person that is disabled a better sense of identity that isn't just the disability that they have. During our tour of Auschwitz, we learned about the hatred shown towards those with disabilities as well as the poor living conditions for the prisoners. Here you see a room filled with prosthetic limbs, wheelchairs, and crutches taken from those who entered that horrible place. Next are the restroom facilities provided to the prisoners. Based off of these pictures that you are seeing, health was obviously not a priority to those who were so awful to innocent people, as hundreds of people shared such a small headquarters in which to use the bathroom and wash themselves. Although there is much littering in the United States, I took several pictures of cigarette butts, beer bottles, and other unsanitary objects littering the streets, park benches, and overflowing from trash cans during my stay. With the drinking age and the smoking age being 18, this could be considered one factor of unhealthy living in Poland. Next, you will see some pictures of some of the meals I enjoyed throughout my visit. A lot of the food I had I could consider healthy, others may not be considered as healthy. However, so many people in all European countries stay in shape by doing a large amount of walking to get to places every day, something that we do not necessarily do here in the United States unless we live in very large cities. Now you will see several pictures of some of the delicious food I had during my stay in Poland. I am young, but I'm growing. I am honest and I'm kind. I am family and a friend. I am. I'm not perfect, but someone told me that that's perfectly alright. I am beautiful and brave. I am. Oh, I am. If you were to go on Gel Poland in future years coming at Shenandoah University, you will see some of these beautiful sights that I got to experience firsthand.
I believe.
And of course, if you're lucky, you'll be going with a group as wonderful as the group that I went with.
There's a whole lot left to learn.
Of course, this wonderful and educational trip couldn't have been possible without our wonderful professor, Dr. Painter. Thank you for all that you did for us. Dziękuję for watching.